on the wall outside on our building, it says Emmanuel Church meets here. Now that wording is deliberate because we never want to think that the building is the church. The people are the church. And so even though we've been scattered during this lockdown period, we haven't stopped being the church. But there is something profound that happens when we gather together. And that's why the Bible says, don't give up meeting together. Because as we gather together, we encourage one another, spur one another on towards love and good deeds as we hear from God, respond to Him in obedience, and join with that heavenly gathering that is always gathered around Jesus. Well, lockdown level 1 is here. And what that means is we're able to take a big step forward towards church as we used to know it. It means that we're allowed to meet with 50% of our seating capacity. Of course, with a whole bunch of regulations observed, which we'll have to talk about at some point. It's not going to be church as usual, but we feel it's worth taking that step forward towards meeting together. So here's the plan. On the 18th of October, just a couple of Sundays' time, we're going to have a single morning service at 9 o'clock here at Emmanuel Church. It'll be limited in terms of numbers. You'd have to book in advance, you'd have to wear a mask, you'd have to observe distances, you'd have to do a screening process. If you're unwell at all, you'd have to stay away. If you're a vulnerable person, you'd have to think very carefully about whether you can join or not. But we're able to gather, and that's an incredibly exciting thing. Now, for those first few weeks, we're going to be limited by some of the things that we'll do because we want to just test out the logistics, get used to the scenario, and so we won't be having Sunday school initially. We're also, of course, not allowed to serve refreshments at this stage or allowed to sing. We'll have some kind of music probably, but we won't be able to sing publicly. But again, we're allowed to gather. So what we're going to do from the 18th of October is for 3 weeks, we'll meet doing a single morning service, 9 o'clock, booking in advance. We'll send you all those details. And as we test the scenario, if it works well, if the COVID situation doesn't change, and if there's a great demand to meet, we might look at doing 2 services after that. And then we would look at some kind of Sunday school program for the children as well. If you're not able to come, or you feel this is not really for you just yet, maybe you're in a vulnerable position, then don't fret. We know that some people are in that situation. And so we're going to continue to live stream our services from here on a Sunday morning on our YouTube channel so that everybody can engage with what's happening. For that to happen, we need to upgrade our equipment a little bit. We need a new camera. We need a new computer. And so if, by the way, you're able to donate towards that, we would love your help. Please would you just EFT and reference it camera. That will allow us to buy the live stream camera we need and the computer to make it happen. So you won't miss out even if you can't gather, but if you can gather, it'll be a great thing for us to see one another again and to do what the Bible says, to encourage, to spur one another on towards love and good deeds. Now, of course, this can't just all happen. Lots of protocols which you'll hear about in the weeks to come. There'll be sanitation, there'll be chairs, there'll be a whole bunch of things, screening. If you're able to help serve in some way by being part of a team so that you can come here and enable the gathering of the church, won't you let us know? Send us a WhatsApp to the church WhatsApp line or send an email to info@emmanuelchurch.co.za. 18th of October, it's coming soon. I hope to see you there.